All right, let's talk about Derek Carr and Josh McDaniels and Tom Brady. I had to throw that in there.
Just seems inevitable, doesn't it?
It it dude, it makes so much sense. Tom staying in Tampa doesn't make any sense. Tom going to Miami kind of makes sense, but I don't expect if Tua's going to come back, Tom's not going to sit behind Tua. That ain't going to happen. Where would he go? That's kind of a plug and play system that he can come in and make them better. And then you throw in it's his old offensive coordinator. It makes a whole lot of sense.
A lot.
That's pretty much all I have
Especially,
to say about that.
especially when you talk about like quarterbacks, starting quarterbacks, love to have a backup quarterback that they can depend on to help them do homework, shit like that. So, like the fact that Tom Brady has worked with Jarrett Stidham in the past, even though it was briefly, he knows the kid. They can work together. They both worked with McDaniels to get like it makes way too much sense not to happen.
I agree. And I don't think there's anything more we can say about it. That's it. So Derek Carr, I want to hear what you think. To me, Indianapolis makes the most sense right out of the gate. And I know what you're going to say. I know a lot of Colts fans are burned on bringing experienced quarterback. Carr's different. I mean, he's not Phillip Rivers at the end of his career. He's potentially what Carson Wentz should have been when they brought him in. Like he's a guy that can come in and play well for you for the next 5 years. But I want to hear what you got to say.
So this is one that I'm torn on, right? If this was 2022 off season and we had just gotten done with Carson Wentz and Derek Carr was on the market, I'd be like, yes, please give me Derek Carr, bring him in, and we would have done it. But now here we are after another veteran quarterback. This one, I mean, things have gone completely downhill. I'm ready to start fresh. I would like a rookie quarterback, CJ Stroud. On the day that we're recording this, CJ Stroud declared for the NFL draft. That's what I've been waiting for. It's almost a lock that Bryce Young will be a Houston Texan and CJ Stroud is going to be a Colt, and I'm cool with that. So give me that. And that's tough to say because I have a Derek Carr jersey. I've had a Derek Carr jersey since like 2016. I'm a fan of Derek Carr. So I think wherever he goes, I hope he goes somewhere where he can win. You know what I mean? So because as much as I'd like Derek Carr, he has some accuracy. Like if you're looking at him from a non-biased standpoint, like you can't get over the accuracy issues. Downfield passes over his career, he struggled to hit. But with that said, it's not bad enough to make Derek Carr a bad quarterback. Like, go look at the stats year to year. Like, for the most part, he's been a pretty solid quarterback, and most teams in the NFL, if they had him year to year, would find ways to win with him. But what it comes down to from his standpoint is the fact that in his 9 years as a starter, the Raiders in that 9 year span have the 32nd ranked defense in the NFL. Derek Carr in his career has never had a defense ranked better than 20th, which is absolutely absurd. Then you can talk about the gap between a guy like Derek Carr and Peyton Manning, because Peyton Manning, before he went to the Broncos, outside of the 2007 season when Bob Sanders stayed healthy all year, most of Manning's defenses were like 15th and worst for his career, right? But Manning was still winning 12 games every single season, right? So there's definitely a gap between the elite of the elite and Derek Carr. So I don't want to, pump him up too much, even though I'm a fan of him. But I do think Derek Carr can go somewhere and win immediately with teams that are building. We've talked about the Jets, and the Jets are interested in Derek Carr. I think that could be a good fit. And then there's some more teams out there that would be good fits that could be looking for teams. The Panthers are a team that could possibly go get them, and I believe I heard that they were interested. So, I think Derek Carr can go.
I also heard the Saints are interested.
Ooh,
and if Brady leaves, the Bucks might be interested as well.
I hadn't thought about either of those teams. Those would be good options, and I'd definitely be willing to entertain those. Those teams should probably be willing to entertain the thought of bringing him in with what they have going on.
But we also have Baker Mayfield in that mix too.
Yeah, got to throw Baker in there. Probably going to have to throw Carson in there because the Commanders can cut him this offseason without there being any dead cap. So, it's going to be a sticky market.
Winston's probably going to be looking for a new home for the same reason.
Winston, whew, boy, the quarterback market is going to be crazy this
Yeah.
offseason. I hadn't even thought about that.
Yeah. 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 So those are great points to bring up about Carr not having a defense. I really like the guy. I hope he ends up some. And New York may be the place to go because I really I do like what Robert Salah is doing. It was a horrible ending, sad ending for Jets fans with so much promise. I just hope that builds his resolve and he's working all that much harder to tweak those things and get him in the right spot. And Carr may be a key piece in lifting them up next year. So but I mean, what I want for Carr is the same thing I want for New York Jets fans. I want Carr to go to New York, and I want the Jets to get good and find their way to the playoffs, and everybody be happy because I like both of them.